Good morning. It's reasonably early this morning. It's going to be a very hot day here today, and what I wanted to do is show you how I whip a keeper on, but also how I try and get the maximum use out of a bit of kangaroo skin. Here I've just got a little circle. Most fellas would throw this away, but what I do is I cut a little leading edge on it, and what I do is hold it in such a fashion so that it runs underneath my thumbnail, and I can cut sufficient amount of lace out of that to make little Turk's heads, or make just straighten it out a little bit, and I can use it, you see. So you end up out of that circle with about 2 meters of usable material, and all you end up with a little thing on the end like that, which is next to useless. I can straighten that out, put it over my plaiting hook and straighten it out and use it. That's just maximum use of a bit of gear. What I've done here too this morning, I wanted to show you how I whip a keeper on. I've got a very old instrument here. This is called a rope gauge. It was used before things went metric. It was used by fellas to gauge the size of a piece of rope. You can also, when you're plaiting a whip, you can put the rope gauge on it. I mean, now they'd use a vernier gauge, but I want to use a vernier gauge. I wouldn't. It's too big. It's about that long, but this fits in my little pocket. And I can put that on the top of this tapered cane, which I've done the Turk's head on. I can put this on the top of that and know immediately that it's about a 2 1/4 inch diameter or 2 inch diameter. So I know that I've just got to cut a piece of red hide to do the job. I skive it off. I skive the edges off of it, and I can do my keepers. What I use is a bit of green hide, bit of chrome split, and I put that over my hand. Here on the side of my apron, you'll see that it's reinforced. This is a proper whip maker's apron. I get them specially made, and it's reinforced here. I'll just grab one of these tapered canes. I'll put a red hide keeper on that. This is one I've got a roll that just flatten the end of that a bit. I'll put a little knob on the end of that. Look, that goes under my wing. The old whip makers used to call them rib rattlers for obvious reasons. I've got all my wax thread already done hanging up here, and I just pull some off. What I will do with this, I'll take a couple of turns round under the little knob. I'll go down there a couple and back a couple so that it looks like that, and that has the opportunity to hang on to this keeper when you put it on. You only want your keeper, and I've never measured one, but you only want them sort of that big. I just look at it now and know what I've got to have. And this is the way, and you see the benefit of this. I'll have to keep on stopping to show you, but you see the benefit of putting this here. You can really put it on. Some blokes put them in vices and walk up and that, but I haven't got the time to do that. I don't want to do it either, because it's not the way that I was taught to do things. I haven't got the time to play about doing that. Blokes have seen me do this. Oh, they say you've done that before. I was thinking this morning, the dogs were fighting and the cats were meowing. I used to torment a old lady at the place where I live, and she'd race out there and make a noise like a cat fighting. Cats don't talk to other cats like they talk to people, you know. They'll get there and they'll meow at you and talk at you, but they don't talk to other cats like that. This old lady, she had a dog called Snip, and I'd get down along the back fence and and I hide down along the fence. This old girl would race out and she'd sing out, Soolum-up. She had a little foxy called Snip. And she'd race out and she'd say, Soolum-up, Snip, Soolum-up, Snip. Dad, it's those bloody cats again. And it was only me tormenting her. Oh, 4 buttons is cleared out. It's all right. I'm not going to fight you. So I've got a tormenting cow. I've got a piece of wax thread I've cut off, look. And I'm going to sit him there like that. Just sit him there like that. Get it right. And I'm going to go over that about 8 to 10 times. And then what I do, I take this other tag in, I put him up in there, look. And just take hold of this and pull him out, look. Pull that up. Trim him off, look. He goes off there. Then I like using brass because it don't rust like metal does. Little brass tacks, look. And I just put this here on the end of my little anvil, bubby anvil here. Put a tack in there, just in that fella, look. The top there. And then I'm going to put another one down along the back side so it doesn't fall out. And when I put my stock thong, I just fold that over there like that. I'll roll this, I'll roll that, I'll give it a little coat of shellac. I've got a old Eddie Lawrence's shellac bottle here, an old wood, glass jar, and I just give that a bit of a slap with the shellac, made out of beetle wings, I think. But I wanted to show you that, and later on today I'll do the two-tone whips if it don't get too hot, the handles, and I'll show you that finished. I must show you also, this is the stock whipped cream I use. Make that up. I make up big mobs of it over the back here. I've got big containers full of it, and what I do with the whips, I whop it into it. I treat my skins initially when I get them with a mixture of kerosene, motor oil, and beef fat. And some people would in Australia would know that we always said that all the old fellas put kerosene on them, but it wasn't kerosene. It was kerosene, motor oil, and beef fat, and stops the rats chewing it. But more importantly, it condenses the fibre of the whip, and it makes it a lot easier to cut it. I mean, this white skin isn't done, but this brandy skin is done, and they're a different sort of a composition, and it makes them better, and you can fairly pull on it. You don't want to be getting there just playing about with it. You want to seal it into it and really give it a good pull along. Well, I thought I'd show you that, just whipping on a keeper and how I measure it, and how I get maximum use of little bits of hide. I've got to again put my big thumb up there so to turn the thing off. I know how Brad Pitt feels. This being a star on this television, this Facebook business has got a lot of work involved in it. I should be sitting about drinking tea. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll do those handles for you a little bit later on, and I'll show you them finished. Take care. See ya.